All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone, who were very well, very beautifully. Double salutations to the Akim out here pushing his gospel of truth and his sincerity to the best of their ability given to them by Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Peace, blessings, and salutations be unto the elect scattered abroad. May the election of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Lord willing, fall upon any houses. So, Brother Quantum Watt, come back at you, Lord will, with the edifying lesson. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Lord willing. It is edifying, Lord will, straight to the point. But I'm going to play a little bit of this video. It's about 7 minutes long. I'm not going to play that much. Maybe just a few minutes of it. First few minutes of it. But check this video out, man. This is what's going on.
With the Fox News alert, the U.S. striking 3 facilities in Iraq used by Iranian-backed militants. The act of retaliation comes after 3 U.S. service members were hurt in an attack on a base in northern Iraq.
And fighting is raging along the Israel-Gaza border. About half an hour ago, the, quote, Iron Dome intercepting multiple rockets fired from northern Gaza. This comes after Iran's president issuing a threat against Israel after one of their commanders was killed in Syria. Trey Yingst is live in Tel Aviv with the latest. Trey?
Hey guys, good morning. Overnight, President Biden ordered the U.S. military to strike a series of targets belonging to Iran-backed Iraqi Shia militias. According to U.S. Central Command, 3 strikes destroyed the targeted facilities and likely killed a number of Kataib Hezbollah militants. The attacks came in response to a drone strike against the Erbil air base that houses U.S. service members. 3 Americans were injured in that attack, 1 critically. This does bring the total number of attacks against American interests in the Middle East to 103 since mid-October. U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin released a statement after the response saying, quote, "Let me be clear. The president and I will not hesitate to take necessary action to defend the United States, our troops, and our interest. There is no higher priority. While we do not seek to escalate conflict in the region, we are committed and fully prepared to take further necessary measures to protect our people and our facilities." This does come after Israeli forces remain on high alert following an airstrike yesterday in Syria that killed IRGC commander Saeed Razi Mousavi. In response to that strike, Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi said, quote, "The act is a sign of the Zionist regime frustration and weakness in the region, for which it will certainly pay the price." Now, the possibility of a broader conflict with Iran does come as a top advisor to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Ron Dermer, is in the United States today. He will reportedly meet with the Biden administration to discuss the next steps for the war inside Gaza. Guys, back to you.
Trey.
And that's all I wanted to grab on that. But ultimately, this just shows you, World War III is brewing, right before our face, man. And it's a process that is happening very fast. Scriptures say, matter of fact, let's grab that real quick. In Jeremiah, it's 50 and 45. Jeremiah 50 and 45, it says, "Therefore hear ye the counsel of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, that he hath taken against Babylon, and his purposes that he hath purposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them." That's right, man. So at least the flock being those small hats, those Israelis over there. Hey, this conflict that they, ultimately started, with Gaza, has ultimately gotten, other nations, major nations, into the mix, right? Such as Iran, which is ultimately a ally of Russia, and really, just dealing with, Israel and, these Muslim nations, right? This is all part of, Esau Edom's plan, really it goes back further, right, to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai's plan, right? He's in control of all things. But I do want to touch on, something that's called, the Balfour Declaration. This is a piece of that, right? Brother had posted, I took a screenshot of it. It says, General Albert Pike, and we're going to read the whole thing, right? It says 33-degree Mason, or 33rd degree, right? Quoted from the Freemason, the origin of English Freemasonry, 19th January 1935. It says in 1871, Giuseppe Mazzini issued a remarkable letter in which he graphically outlined plans for 3 world wars. And we're, again, approaching, right, that 3rd World War, right? It says, until recently, this letter was on display in the British Museum Library in London. Pike aided in making this plan known in the U.S. It was a blueprint for 3 wars called the Mazzini-Pike Plan. Its ultimate goal was eventually world domination, right? It says the letter outlined 3 relatively simple strategies. It called for communism, fascism, and the struggle for the Middle East to format 3 global wars and at least 2 major revolutions, right? World War I was to destroy the Tsarist government in Russia and replace it with military atheism. World War II would begin by manipulating Great Britain and Germany to achieve a global war, which was done almost single-handedly by Adolf Hitler, right? And it says World War III, which again, right, we're in the beginning stages of World War III happening right now, right? It says World War III of the Mazzini-Pike Plan blueprint called for the firing up of the controversy between the Israelis and Muslim world. And again, you have to understand that this, Balfour Declaration was created, over 150 years ago, right? And we're starting to see this exact plan, right, playing out before our face, right? It says, they hoped that the Zionists and the Muslims would destroy one another and bring the rest of the world into a final conflict, right? Bring the rest of the world into a final conflict. You guys, goes back into prophecy, right? As we just read, right? Jeremiah 50 and 45, right? That the least of the flock shall draw them out, right? Draw who out? Draw the rest of the world, right, into this conflict, right? It says, the great battle would usher in a complete social, political, and economic chaos. To fill the void created by the great battle would come a world government headed by the Illuminati in Illuminati doctrine. Lucifer is God and Satanism is hearsay. So again, right, this is ultimately, Esau, Edom's plan, right, the elite's plan, to help usher in, right, their new world order, but we have to, again, right, the main point being it's the Lord's plan, right? And we'll grab this in Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 1. It says, the king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. So the Lord is in control of all these things that are happening right now, right? The fact that, Israel and Gaza got into it, and then, nations are declaring war, against Israel, right? Other nations getting involved with this Israel and Gaza conflict, and there was a conflict that had happened, I want to say, like over a year ago, they had gotten to a little skirmish, over a year, some change ago, they got into a skirmish, right? Israel and Gaza, and Russia had basically pointed out the fact that, right, if Israel was to continue on and push forward, what would happen? Russia would get involved. Hey, but guess what? It wasn't the time, right? The scriptures say that a vision is yet for an appointed time, right? And it just wasn't that time for Russia to get involved. Hey, but who knows, right? This very well could be the time, right? Because you got the situation between America and Iran, where we understand that America backs Israel, right? And Russia, Iran and other, Muslim nations, right, are against Israel, right? So America has to come to the aid of Israel, and this is the outcome of that, right? Now you're seeing a skirmish between America and Iran starting to pop off, right? Which, again, if you go to, Ezekiel the 38th chapter, right, tells you that one of, Russia's, allies will be the Persians, right? Which are also called the Carmenians, which are the Iranians today, So this whole thing is just spiraling out of hand. But again, this is what the Lord, right, is ultimately, determined to do, right? His determination, right, is to gather the nations, man, to judge the nations, man, and we'll grab that. I don't want to speak on this too long, man. Just ultimately want to make that point. This is Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 8. It says, what's going on, y'all? What's going on, man? It says, Zephaniah 3. I don't, bro. I don't. Sorry about that, brother. Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. But this is Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 8. It says, therefore wait ye upon me, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations. Right. Why? For what? And you can read that in Zephaniah, the second chapter, the third chapter, or Zephaniah, the second chapter, the third chapter, right, where the Lord is gathering these nations right down in the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, which is over there near the so-called Middle East, man. Right, that fertile crescent where the Lord is going to gather all these nations, and as scriptures say, to plead with them, right? Which when you go into that word plead, it goes into judge, and that judgment is going to come by way of, complete and utter destruction, right? When Yahweh Shai cracks the sky, hey, well, guess what? All these nations going to die, and it's so true that it rhymed, man, because as it says right here, it says, for my determination is to gather the nations that I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them mine indignation, which indignation goes into what? Righteous anger, man, right? And all these nations, right, have ultimately been in bed with Esau, Edom, right, which is self-proclaimed so-called white man, which has done nothing but continue to put forth in all evil and manner of wickedness in the earth, right? And these nations have gotten in bed with this nation, with the Esau, man, help to, to push his agenda across the world, right? So the Lord is going to judge them as well as Esau, Edom, man. Esau being the one that's going to get the most judgment, right? But nonetheless, these nations are going to get it too, man, and their armies, man. Because Yahweh Shai is coming with his army, and Yahweh Shai is the King of kings, man. And only one king can reign at a time, And Yahweh Shai is going to be that king that's going to reign, right, forever and ever, It says to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with fire of my jealousy. And this is exactly what's coming down the pipe, man. And the Lord ain't playing, man. This is exactly why you see, right, nations like America and Iran and Israel, Gaza, as well as, skirmishes that Lord will, right, are going to pop up between America and China over Taiwan, right? Because, you got China saying that they're going to invade Taiwan, possibly, right? And well, America said that if China ultimately invades, Taiwan, and America is going to go to bat for Taiwan, right? So therefore, there's another skirmish, that is ultimately bound to happen, man. The scriptures talk about wars and rumors of wars, man. And we're in that time, right? So ultimately, just continue to pay attention, man. Things are ultimately going to continue to spiral out of hand, right? We just have to again stay on our watch, right, and stay prayed up, as the scriptures say, man. Scriptures say that watch. Watch ye therefore, right? And pray always, man. As the scripture say in Luke 21st chapter, man. This is the time that we're in. And I'll end off with this precept right here, man. This is we'll do a Revelations 11 and 14. We'll close out right here. It says the second woe was past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly, and it's happening right before our eyes, man. Just again, stay prayed up, stay watching, continue to be, building through the spirit, man. As long as the Lord allows, man. We're almost out of here, man. Shit's about to hit the fan real quick. So with that, Lord wills, edifying, Lord will, straight to the point. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rachak, Wadash, double honor to the elder apostles of the bishops of the great millstone. Till next time, I say shalom.